I can explain. I can explain. I can explain, okay? I know I'm only 10 minutes. Okay, Jesus Christ, 20 minutes late. I do apologize, but hear me out. Hear me out. I was having another nap, and a little bit like last week, I woke up again and I thought, yeah, I'm waking up, I'm coming round. Oh, notification on my phone. Oh, I'm live in 10 minutes. Shit. So I jumped up, I got ready, and here we are. Now, Yazan, how we doing? What is happening? I'm explaining why I am late. So, as I was saying, anyway, I jumped up, but I have a valid reason for napping today. So, it's Saturday now, but obviously last night was Friday, and specifically Good Friday. Now, last year's Good Friday, I went on a whole night out thing with my friend that came down to where I live, and we did the same thing again last night, basically, and it was pretty crazy night. And, I was very drunk, had a crazy night. Anyway, I didn't get much sleep the night, last night, so I literally was so tired a few hours ago, I had to have a nap, because I knew I was going live, and I didn't want to be tired for it, so I was like, okay, I've got to have a quick nap, and that's what happened. And here we are. And there's my boys in the chat. How you doing, guys? Mamba. Oh, sorry, Mabba. That's crazy. It could be crazier, I guess, but Hi Yusu DNA. Awakening you. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm subject 18. That's me. Personally curious about this and hope things work out. Oh, you're talking about the leak? I'm guessing you're not talking about me waking up. Who cares if that works out? We're talking about the leak. Yeah, we're going to get into that today like we usually do, We'll ease ourselves in and we'll get a conversation going. I think it's been a while since we've done a live where we have literally just talked about something. So that's what we're going to do today. And I thought, with this new leak that's come out, we can go into a little bit more depth here today. I don't really want to tread on too much ground of, what I've already talked about in the video I posted last night. So I'll try not to go over things I've already said, but, we'll just kind of go into more detail about what we think this means for Mirage, and I can hear your guys' thoughts and we can just get a conversation and it should be a little bit of fun. So that's the idea. I've poured myself a Coca-Cola again because I thought it would be a good way to give me the energy and wake me up from the nap. Probably shouldn't drink too much Coke because it's not good for you, but it is what it is. That tastes real good. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the idea, and there are a few things that I also want to talk about before we get into the main topic being the leak, because sometimes I got to remind myself, it's what I call a podcast, whether it really is a podcast or not, I'm not sure, but I like to call it a podcast anyway, so, there's a few things I want to talk about here and there. Yuzan says, I was slowly forgetting about it, and getting peace, and then the leak happens. Now I keep thinking about Mirage. Yeah, that's just the way it goes, isn't it? But I think it could be a good thing. I think it might be a good thing, at least to show that we actually might see some substantial stuff when it comes to Ubisoft Forward in June. So I think it is a good thing. And again, as I said, we're gonna talk about why I think that and everything like that today. But I first wanted to start by saying, the other day, you guys probably know I've been trying to ramp up the amount of YouTube shorts I do and that sort of thing, because I think it's quite fun. They're easy to make, so I can get a lot more of them out than I can the main video. So it's quite nice to do main video and then go out and do a load of shorts, or not a load, but do a few shorts and then go back to a video. Like I like doing that. It's fun. So I've been doing that recently. And, some of them do pretty well, some of them do okay, and it's fun, it's cool. But I never really thought about posting them on, TikTok and stuff like that, because I'd never go on TikTok. It's just, I know, once you watch enough of the content that you like, your algorithm will sort out, and, you'll see the stuff you like, but that's a lot of time that I've got to spend scrolling through stupid, dances and cringy, like, miming along to the music. Like, I'll have to look at that for ages until the algorithm finally sorts itself out and shows me actual good content. So I've just never really used TikTok. But I thought, you know what? Let's actually just post the YouTube Shorts onto TikTok. What have I got to lose, I thought, because I'm already making the content, so I might as well just put them on TikTok as well. It's not much difference to me. So I did that. I did that, and I thought, I won't really look on the app or whatever, it'll just be what it'll be. So I post the stuff, I go off the app, and I never really look on the app. Then about, I think probably 2 to 3 days later, I don't even remember why, but there was, for some reason, I thought I'm going to click on the TikTok app and just have a look to see if they ended up getting any views. And I was thinking to myself, they probably didn't. I don't even know if Assassin's Creed is popular on that app, but we'll have a look. And I go over, and I'm like, oh, what's this? There's a few, like, little notifications lighting up. And then I go over to the main, my page, and I have a look, and honestly, I still can't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, my brain was not comprehending what I was seeing. You probably saw on YouTube the video where I posted, and it was the meaning of the characters' names in Assassin's Creed, which Whisper of Shadows in the chat actually helped me out with the information for that. So I got to thank him for that one. Anyway, I post that one on TikTok, and I don't know if you guys are going to believe this, but it actually gets 400,000 views, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I honestly, it was actually hard to see it and actually believe it. It was really weird, and it had like 40,000 likes or something, and it was crazy. And I was like, oh my god, why have I not been posting on this app, before? Oh, hey, Ghost Warrior, how you doing? Hey, Ashy. Good to see you guys. Recurring faces, there's a lot of you guys that are here, most weeks, and I always see you in the comments and stuff, so it's good to see you guys back. I'm just telling you guys a story about how I somehow got a viral video on TikTok with one of my Assassin's Creed videos. Anyway, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. 400,000 views. I've never had that many views in my life, and I had like 1,000 followers on the account just instantly. It was like, wow. And then I check back throughout the day to see if it's still getting views. And then in that whole day, it went up to 500,000 views. It got literally 100,000 views from when I found out to, when I checked back at the end of the night. And now it's at I haven't even looked for the past few hours. Shall I go have a look? I don't know where my phone is. Let me find my phone real quick. Oh, it's literally right here. Right, so let's have a look, see how many views it's got now. Honestly, I just can't believe it. It's crazy. I just wanted to talk. I mean, this being a podcast, I just wanted to let you guys know. You know what I mean? It's got 841,000 views and 76,000 likes. That's crazy. It's that one. I don't know if you can see it. The Did You Know personality, different names. That one. So I've just been posting a ton of the shorts. And they're all doing pretty well. I mean, they're not all doing that many views, but they've all been getting near to 10,000 each and stuff. So it's crazy. Anyway, the idea is I'm going to keep posting on there, and hopefully a lot more people will come over to this channel and, tune in for the lives like what we're doing now and watch the longer videos. And that's kind of the whole idea. I want to, as I say it in the videos, I'm so used to saying it, but I mean it, let's build that community. I'm trying to actually do that because, I enjoy making the videos, and it'd be definitely good to get it more popular so that I can do more videos because, if it ends up paying me, it does pay money, but it doesn't really pay much money. But, if one day it does pay a decent amount of money, I could actually do it for a job. That'd be cool. And then I'd probably be getting, so many videos out every week. So that's the idea. I'm just trying to build it more and more, Ah, hey mate, glad you did so good on TikTok. Thank you, I appreciate that. I do. So yeah, maybe, hopefully sometime soon, in the chat we'll be seeing some new faces saying, hey, I came from that TikTok video and here I am and stuff. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of all I want to say about that. I just thought it was pretty cool. Wanted to mention it. And Ashley says, I'm honestly surprised you don't have more subscribers yet. You're one of the few good AC content art creators. I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, I guess it's all in good time, isn't it? I've always learnt to be patient And, I think for anybody in any type of thing that they do, I think as long as you, like, just really enjoy doing that thing, like, have a passion for it, and, just work hard at it and stuff, and yeah, just that, I think it's got to do well in the end, you know what I mean? I see what I'm doing now, and you guys talking in the chat now. To me, that shows me that I am doing the right thing, and it is doing well. So, I'm sure one day, like, probably when Mirage comes out, like, I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm thinking it's probably the channel's probably gonna do really well then, because I have a lot of ideas of, like, content I want to make for the game, which is gonna be a lot. I'm gonna stream the whole thing. I've said about this before, but yeah, I'm going to stream the whole thing. I'm going to figure out all the different things, and I want to be the first person to make all the, like, oh, did you know you can do this in the game? There's a hidden secret here in the game. How to unlock this robe in the game. Like, I want to do all of that stuff so that when people look this up because they're playing the game, they find my videos. Like, that would be really cool. So I've got a lot of plans. So yeah, maybe that means, it will do really well one day. But, I'm just enjoying it. I'm taking it as it comes. And we'll see. Anyway, so that is kind of what I want to get out of the way before, we get into the main topic. Because there's a few more people watching now, I was just saying at the beginning, if you guys missed it, I was like 15 minutes late to the stream. I won't go over all of the details again, but I had to have a nap. Had to. Because I went out on a night out last night with like one of my close friends who has come back to the city I live in for like a week or something. So we went out, had a crazy night, and I had like no sleep. So I needed a nap because I was so tired before we were streaming. And then I woke up and I was like, shit, got ready real quick. This Coke is giving me like indigestion right now. I don't know why I'm taking another sip as I say that. But here we are. It was a pretty good night, it really was. But yeah, I drank way too much. Not to the point where I it was too much, but for me, I don't like to drink loads if I go to like a party or I go out. I don't like to drink too much because I've done that when I was a bit younger, and now it's just a bit nicer to take it easy, have a good time, but take it easy. That's the way I see it. Anyway, let's get into just the main sort of topic, which is kind of just looking at the leaked image. Now, maybe it would be a good idea for me to get that image up on screen while I talk. Do you think? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And rather than switching myself to the bottom corner of the screen, I can probably just get the image up and just put it somewhere on the screen as you're seeing it now. I think that's probably a good idea, because if we're going to talk about an image, it might as well be on screen. Yeah, that makes sense. So just bear with me. I'll get it up on screen in a second. I always used to have to use my laptop trackpads to use the mouse when I'm streaming, because I only have so many USB ports on this laptop, and I need one to plug into the mic. So I have to unplug. I have a wireless mouse. I have to unplug the actual wireless mouse USB connection. So then I actually have to use the trackpad, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, just bear with me when I get up the image. I think it's in my... Oh, don't tell me it's on the other... I have two computers. Don't tell me it's on the other one. So I can just download it off the internet. And also, while I'm doing this, feel free, if you have any questions or your own thoughts about this leak, what do you think it means for when we see gameplay, or just anything, your own thoughts about it in general, let me know, and, I can read what you guys have to say and see if I agree, or if I want to add to it, or if you want to add to it, and that sort of thing. So, I'm just going to get up the image real quick. I just got to re-download it. Just going to go on the article that I found it on. News. Hints at a return. Was that the one? New. There it is. Yeah, I'll just drag it onto the corner of the screen once I've downloaded it. There it is. There's the image. Alright. Why won't it let me download it? What is it doing right now? Jesus. Oh, I know what to do. Sorry, guys. I should have done this before. But, it wouldn't be the XL stream if it was, sophisticated and all planned ahead of time. If that was the case, that just wouldn't be me. And I actually can't see the chat right now while I'm doing this, but I'll come back to it in a second. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. There it is. Alright, we have the image. We have the image. So now what I'm going to do... No, I'm not going to do that. I need to press... I'm on OBS. So I need to figure out what to do. Okay, add image. Create new. Okay. Browse. Downloads. My other downloads folder, which is here somewhere. I mean, it was here. Where's it gone? Am I being blind? There it is. All right, now where's the image? There's the image. Perfect. Okay. And I don't really want it just there. All right, let me resize this. Should we just have it like that? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I can move myself along a little bit. That would be cool. To make it look a bit neater. Can I hang on, let me see if I can group those together. Jeez. Oh, I can. Yeah, there we go. I'm loving this. There we go. That looks good, right? That's gonna have to do regardless whether it looks good or not. I just want to get it right, you know. There, perfect. That'll do. That's what we're doing today. Okay. Let me get the chat back open. Okay, what have I missed? I'm going to get the chat up on my phone like I usually do. It's just so much easier for me. Right. And I see you're saying some stuff, so I will read through that. Okay. Okay, we're ready. Okay. I'm just reading. Ashley says, not to be a negative Nancy, but I think the investigation tab is just going to be like the cults tab from Odyssey. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I mean, as I said, I don't want to go over what I've already said in the video I posted, because, you know, I don't want to make like the same content again, but, you know, in the video I was saying how it could be a mixture of the cultist system, along with, like, the investigations of AC1. In a perfect world, that's kind of what it will be, in my opinion, because as much as, you know, I'm trying to think how to say this. As much as, like, there's a lot of issues with Valhalla and Odyssey when it comes to, like, the cultist system and that sort of thing, like, I didn't hate it. You know, I guess it's a different way of doing it than what we've seen before. But I liked it in Valhalla for sure, you know, when it was too much. It was too many, I think, and it was, you know, it would get to the point where it's like, okay, I've done this a million times. But I think it would be really cool in Mirage if they do have this cultist system. Sorry. Is if they kind of make it a bit smaller, because it's a smaller game, so it probably will be. Like, maybe there's 10 different targets, or there's 8 main targets, and let's say there's 5 or 6, or another 8 side targets that you don't have to do, but you can to get more context. I don't know, something like that. That would be cool. And, you know, I think that would be, like, kind of just enough for a game of Mirage's size, potentially. And again, in a perfect world, it would be a mixture of Assassin's Creed 1 investigations where, you know, you eavesdrop, you pickpocket, I think in some cases maybe infiltrate. You do all this stuff, and I'm sure they can add to that and do new things like, yeah, infiltrating places and stealing plans or something, or a key. You know, whatever. I think, or maybe even side missions. I mean, you know, I don't think this game's going to be too ambitious, but, you know, maybe side missions where you can do an extra, like kind of in Unity, like, if you go and do optional things like opening a side gate, or bribing somebody to do that for you, or closing grates on the floor so the smoke doesn't come out and it gases the people down there. You know, that's an example from Unity, but maybe all this side stuff you can do in preparation for big assassinations, is under the investigation tab. I don't know, but it's it's an idea. And I think, again, as I said, like, with a perfect game, if we had to do it, maybe that's how we would do it. I don't know. But that's kind of a cool kind of way of seeing it. But will it just be like Odyssey and Valhalla's cultist system? Yeah, maybe. But then again, it does say investigations. It does say investigations. So that implies to me that it is going to be a little bit more than just, oh, here's your target, you select him, you go find him, you kill him, and you find out clues. I don't know. It's hard to say because, we know that they're not going to be innovating too much with this game. Like, they've kind of not outwardly said that they aren't going to innovate with this game or anything, but we know it's going to be a smaller game that had a lot less development time. Not that they really have too much development time with Assassin's Creed games, or have done in the past anyway, but, it's likely from what we know about how it was going to be a DLC, then it wasn't, and it's probably not going to be too ambitious. It's just going to be, it doesn't mean it can't be a good game though, but I think, yeah, you might be right. It might just be kind of a copy and paste cultist system, but just not as many targets because it's a smaller game, maybe. Now, without going in too many circles, maybe we should move on to, some other aspects of it. Yazan says, do you have Twitter? Yeah, I do, but I don't tweet on it. I have, 0 followers. I just kind of use it to, follow Ubisoft just in case they post anything about Mirage. And that's literally about it. But you can follow me on there if you want. I'm sure if I ended up getting followers on there, I'd probably tweet my thoughts and stuff. But I've just never really thought about doing it. But it's literally just, I think it's just XLAC. I think. Let me have a look. Have a look on my phone again, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just XLAC for Assassin's Creed. Which is the same for the TikTok that I was telling you guys about, by the way. It's XLAC, at XLAC, if you want to see the TikTok videos going on there. I mean, it's all the same as what goes on YouTube Shorts. So I don't blame you for not bothering to go on TikTok when you're already here. But again, if you want to, it's there. My account on Twitter, yeah, the XLAC. Again, I don't really tweet on it, I just use it for research purposes, and that sounds very sus. Not like that, but to find out stuff about Mirage and to follow the people that leak the game, leak stuff. I just use it for that. But as I said, if you want to follow, yeah, you can do that. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Oh, my friend's actually messaging me. You know the guy that was here last week? He's actually typing. He says, "Oh shit, sorry G." I said, "Do you want to come over for the stream again?" 3 hours ago, and he didn't reply until now. Oh, Yazan literally just followed me. That's cool. Love you, bro. Thank you for that. There you go. As I said, don't expect there to be tons of tweets or anything, but if you guys want to follow me, maybe in the future, I will start using it for that reason. All right. Let's go back to the chat. I'll reply to my friend. I'll say, no probs. If you're free though, if you're bored though, feel free to join. If not, it's all good. It's all good. All right, back to the chat. Worst case scenario, it ends up being simply the quests tab. To be fair, I could also see that being the case. They just call it investigations. I wonder as well. I was going to make a video about this, but I think I probably will make it, but I'm thinking I'm going to wait until there's a little bit more hype around the game, like we've seen some gameplay, then I talk about it, because otherwise I don't think anyone's going to watch it right now. But I was thinking of doing a, will Assassin's Creed Mirage go back to, memories and sequences and that sort of labeling or structuring of, the segments of the game, if you want to call it that. So that would, if investigations are just another name for different quests, I'm guessing they probably won't call it memories and sequences and stuff. But to be honest, I don't know. Yusuf says maybe it means quests like in AC Origins where you find multiple setup quests. Yeah, honestly it could be anything, and hopefully in June we'll actually find out. Well, this is a long name, K9421EL. Is it is it worthy to note that both AC Brotherhood and Revelations were meant to be a smaller project? The first DLC. Oh, the first was a DLC, was it? I know Brotherhood had like a year or 11 months development time. I didn't realize it was meant to be a DLC. The second, a smaller game on the DS. Yeah, it was Revelations was going to be a 3DS game called Lost Legacy. Was it going to be called, or is that something else? Something like that. I feel like Lost Legacy is the DLC in Revelations. I don't know. I don't know why. I feel like my cough is coming back. I feel like I just got rid of it. However, they both ended up being the greatest AC games. You're right. If Ubisoft took care of Mirage's development, it might end up leaving a good mark on the series. Yeah, no, you're actually right about that. That is worth noting. You're right, because again, everybody has their own idea of what they think the best AC game is. But in my opinion, it's always been Brotherhood and Revelations. So, and as you said, those had not very long development time compared to like probably AC2 and stuff like that. They were originally going to be spin-off games that ended up getting woven into the main series, and they ended up becoming, subjectively, I suppose, and some would say objectively, the best games in the series. So, it's very clear to me that Mirage could be a very good game. My sort of and I know this isn't really to do with the leak, but we'll work back to the leak. My sort of thinking, rationale, when it comes to will Mirage be good or not, is kind of like, and I know we've spoke about this before, but I'm sure there's a few new faces in the chat today, as I think I've seen, which, so I will say it again. But, a lot of people, I feel like at Ubisoft, or just Ubisoft in general, I feel like it's getting to the point where either they don't really remember what the foundations of an Assassin's Creed game were, or they just don't really see any worth in continuing it on that sort of trend, I suppose. Now, what I mean by that is, and again, people that watch me a lot have probably heard this a lot, so I try not to repeat myself too much, or I hope not anyway. Don't want to bore you guys, but essentially Assassin's Creed was all about, the Assassins versus the Templars, but it was more deeper than that. It was about, the meaning behind that, and different ideologies between different sides, and like a duality. And it was very, you had to read between the lines. It was a very philosophical sort of storyline, especially with the first game. And obviously, even from the first game, it got a little bit less with every game. But, it was pretty much surrounded around that. And in general, the writing was really good, and it was very concise, and it was a proper good, well, it was just what Assassin's Creed was. It was, and even as a young kid, I realised that, because, the first game came out when I was 6 or something, 7. Revelations came out when I was, 11. And even as a young kid, I knew that, and I've always been really into, good storytelling and stuff like that. And that's what I loved about Assassin's Creed, even as a kid, the philosophical debate, and fighting for freedom and justice and peace, mostly peace, and but so are the other side, and it's like, well, who's the good guys? And I loved all that stuff. And obviously, a lot of people don't realize or mistake these days, which I understand why, because the newer games are kind of not like this, but the older games, it was always the historical setting was the backdrop to the main Assassins versus Templar story, whereas these days it's very much the other way around. Odyssey, Valhalla kind of being history, being the forefront, and any sort of Assassin's Creed story kind of being the backdrop, which again, it's flipped. My thing is flipped, you know what I mean? It's not what it was, which is why people like me, and I'm sure some of you guys watching, do not like the newer ones as much as the older ones. The only reason I'm saying this again is just to give context to what we're talking about, and because I'm pretty sure I'm seeing some new faces in the chat today. So yeah, that's kind of the whole idea. And why was I saying that? Was there a reason? Was I leading to something? Yeah, I think I was, but I'm forgetting. I went off on one and I can't remember. Oh, I know what I was saying. Ubisoft, why I worry Mirage might not be good. That was what I was leading to, background to. Yeah. So anyway, these days with the games being a big history game, like be a Viking, go to ancient Greece. Assassins, oh yeah, there's a few here and there, or we talk about them sometimes, but don't worry about that. History, that's what the latest games have kind of been, and you might say I'm exaggerating a little bit, but essentially that's what it was. Anyway, I just wonder, because those games we can't deny those games, Odyssey and Valhalla, have been the most successful in the series when it comes to sales. So of course they're not going to stop what they're doing, because as a company standpoint, which I completely understand, on paper, those games are doing really well. Do more of those games. They don't care about, just as a company, the higher ups who are talking about numbers and people like investors, they see big numbers. They're not going to listen to people like me and you guys who are like, we want more of the older stuff. They'll say, well, why would we do more of the older stuff when they sold, perform less? We're going to tell the people who are making the game, make a game like Odyssey, because that did well, which is why they're making Assassin's Creed Codename Red and stuff like that. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, with Mirage, the only reason I slightly worry is because I worry that they are going to, and I'm not saying it's going to be like Odyssey, but I'm just saying I worry that the writers hired for the job are going to not quite be well informed on, what a good Assassin's Creed story is. And that's nothing to do with gameplay. Gameplay for the game might be really fun, but we're just talking story here. I worry that it's going to mean that a writer's going to play Odyssey and play Valhalla for research, and then they go, okay, well, the story in here was good and people really liked it because it was all about Spartans and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the history aspect of Mirage, and we're going to, focus. I'm not even sure about the history of Baghdad, so I can't really say, and I'll probably learn a lot when I play Mirage, but it might just focus on the stuff going on in that historical period rather than the assassins, and the assassins are again that backdrop. Now, I could be completely wrong. I'm just saying that is a genuine, I guess you could say, concern for the people that love the series as much as I do. So that's all I was saying, really. The game, could be real good. The game could, when it comes to story, the writer might fully just get it. They might have, again, for research, if you're working for Ubisoft, you have connections within the company. Maybe I'm not even sure who the writer of Mirage is going to be. I'm not even sure what they've said. I'm like 99% sure it's not Darby who wrote Valhalla and wrote Revelations and that sort of thing. I don't think it's him. I think we know. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, I feel like they've got connections within the company. It's probably very possible that the writer of Mirage could say, oh, I'm going to message Darby McDevitt to ask for tips on Assassin's Creed. And maybe he'll contact Darby, or she'll contact Darby. Is it Derby? Is it Darby? I don't know. I think it's Darby. And he'll say, well, this is what Assassin's Creed really is, and this is how you write a good story. And maybe they really will do that. It's very possible. It could literally go one way or the other. But that's why we talk about it, isn't it? Anyway, I've been neglecting the chat while I was saying that, so let's go back to that and see what you guys are saying. Also, if I miss anything you guys say, I'm not ignoring it. But today the chat is a lot more active than it usually is, so I might accidentally miss something or or something like that. Vladimir Bartol's novel Alamut, the novel that was the main inspiration for the series. There is a character who got trained at Alamut Castle and then was sent to assassinate a caliphate in Baghdad. Yeah, that's really cool. I do wonder if, Mirage will be very. I mean, I haven't read that story. Maybe I should read it. That might be a good idea. I'm trying to get even more well versed with every bit of Assassin's Creed lore, because I'm starting to make those AC lore videos. If you want to check out the shorts tab of my channel, you'll see what I'm talking about. I did like secrets you might have missed in Assassin's Creed 1, which I did, and I did the names lore, and stuff like that. So I'm trying to learn more. I know a lot of Assassin's Creed lore, but when it comes to comics and novels, I've not read any of them. So I'm going to try and get really well versed on all that stuff. So I might read that before Mirage comes out. I probably will, and it will definitely help me with videos and stuff. So yeah, I wonder if, due to what you were saying, it's going to be inspired by that book a lot. is the book, you could probably answer this question, is the book very, is the story of that book is it very political, like he's going to assassinate a caliphate because the caliphate is probably a Templar, right, or an Order of Ancients, and he's corrupting the land, and you're trying to get someone else in charge who is a more just leader, a very political story. Because that would be quite fun. I do love my politics, I'm not gonna lie, especially in stories and stuff, so that would be cool. And at least then we'd know the story might at least be quite good in the way that we're fighting and we're progressing through the story for a reason. Now, obviously, they're going to also weave in the Isu reincarnation story thing and stuff like that, and yeah, that's a whole other conversation. Modern Day got butchered as well as for similar causes, even though Valhalla's Modern Day is really good in my opinion, compared to Origins and Odyssey, yeah, and even sadly Mirage will almost have none. Well, to be honest, I feel like from what I remember, Modern Day with Mirage, it was never specifically said like just isn't Modern Day. They just said there's no playable Modern Day, and there was no playable Modern Day in Unity and Syndicate. I made a video about this months ago, where I basically said that doesn't mean there's not going to be Modern Day. It just means we might see Modern Day in the form of cutscenes. Which I kind of feel like we will see. I might be wrong there, but I do feel like we're going to get a continuation of the Modern Day with William, Miles, and Basim, what we saw in the last chapter of Valhalla. I do think, the game might, maybe not, I think what it will be at the intro of AC Mirage, just looking at the trend of AC games, how they usually, work with story, I think the Mirage will open up with it being in Baghdad, it being Basim, an introduction to his character and the world, and probably the characters around him. And then it will glitch out. Basim or William Miles will wake up out the Animus, Basim will be like looking over his shoulder. They'll have a little conversation. It'll basically remind us what the modern day is going to be. And then the cutscene ends. He goes back in the Animus, and we continue. It'll be something like that, in my opinion. So I do think we will see some sort of modern day. Shall I get back to the leak? Because we're not really talking about the leak. It's okay. It's chill. We can talk about whatever. But oh, thanks, Ashi. You say the writer of Mirage is Sarah Beaulieu. Baul. Something like that. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, honestly, I know I'm guessing they probably was she in the Ubisoft Forward when they announced the game? Honestly, bro, I can't remember. But thank you for that. Yeah. The narrative director. Okay. Oh, Darby is supervising. Well, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. You say only supervising, but, that is a good thing because it means that whatever the story is, Darby's basically going to say, oh, you might not want to do that in the story because I know that that kind of breaks law, or that doesn't make sense because earlier on you wrote it this way. That's a good thing. He's probably like the mentor, maybe. You know what I mean? Like she takes the reins when it comes to writing. But maybe he adds a few thoughts here and there, and she goes, "Oh, Darby, can you take a read of this rough script? Let me know what you think." And then he maybe says, "Oh, well, you could do this here and there." Adds a few pointers. That's kind of reassuring to me, actually. I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, that's a good thing. I'm not sure if she's written anything in the past. Should we have a look? I'll look up on the internet. What's her name? Oh God, I want to type this out now. You guys know what I'm like when I type. It's like when someone's watching over your shoulder. When you guys are watching me type, it feels like when someone's watching over your shoulder and you just mess up the typing because you're like, oh shit, pressure. Sarah, I'm just gonna look up what she's written, and then we can have a good idea if she's a good writer or not. Liu. Oh my God, there she is. All right, she got an IMDb or something. No, probably not. Okay, it's come up with a picture of tons of different women, all by the same name, so... Oh, here we go. Here's her Instagram. It's gonna go... Oh, they're perfect. Let's have a look. Here she is. Oh. Should we give her a follow? Or is that weird? I want to give her a... Yeah, no, I'm gonna give her a follow. Do you know what I might do? I'm gonna do this after the stream or tomorrow or something. She's only got 800 followers. I'm gonna message her, and I'm gonna be like, "Hi, you know, I make Assassin's Creed content. I'd love to be able to. Oh, should we try and do like an interview with her? That would be good. I mean, she might do it if she's cool. I'm actually gonna do that. I'll give her a follow now, a request. If she accepts it, I'll yeah. Oh shit, I followed her. Oh fuck. Oh no, we're good. Anyway, I don't know what that Kim Jong-un AI photo is. Anyway, I'm gonna give her a follow, which I just did, and if she follows me back or accepts it, even if she doesn't, I'll give her a message sometime in maybe this week, and I'll say, I make Assassin's Creed content. Here's a link to one of my videos. I'd love to, if you've got the time, I'd love to do an interview with you where we just talk about the story. You know, I'd obviously, you know, she's not going to reveal stuff that she can't reveal, but it could work. But I'm going to do that. Why not? Shoot my shot with her. You know what I'm saying? Not like that, but moving on. Yeah, I actually might do that. That'd be quite cool, I think. Just check her Wikipedia page. Yeah, that's a better idea. Okay, let me get it up. Oh, bro, I've got to type in a name again now. No, there it is. Alright, let's have a look. I mean, it's the Assassin's Creed wiki, so, I mean... Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. It literally just says, okay, she got normal Wikipedia. I mean, she's got LinkedIn. There we go. Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm sure they've got a thing for her here somewhere. I'm on the Assassin's Creed Mirage wiki. Oh, pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. I'm trying to make it full screen. There we go. Synopsis. I'm trying to find where it says she's written it. And then I can click on her name and it should take us to her Wikipedia page. Here we go. Is it here somewhere? Writer. No. I know it's here because it showed it in the preview when I was on Google. It showed her name. Am I being stupid right now? I'm gonna not bother in a minute if it's gonna take too long. Oh my god. It was literally here. Look, if I go back... it says... See her name there? Writers. So, what's that under? Is it... Okay, it's under artist writers or something. Perfect. Oh, okay, she hasn't got a Wikipedia page. Oh, well, you know, we're not going to know too much about her, but I'm definitely going to ask if she's down to, you know, talk about the game story. If she doesn't reply, if she doesn't want to, then that's fine. At least we know. Why not? That could be a potential video coming in the future. Who knows? Anyway, let's get back to this actual leak. Hello, says Vanisier. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but yeah, how you doing? Nova says, did you watch Laser's AC1 retrospective? No, I haven't watched it yet. I mean, it's like it's probably amazing. It's 4 hours long. I just don't know when I'm gonna watch that because it's so long. But then if I only watch part of it, I feel bad because, like, you know, it's a thing probably where you have to watch all of it, and so I'd feel bad if I didn't watch all of it. So when I have the time, I'm sure I'll watch it. It'll probably take me like a week to watch, but I'll watch it at some point, I'm sure. Talking about Mirage, I wish for a DLC, female protagonist, 100 years from Mirage in the future, about assassinations of corrupted politicians. That's an interesting thought. Yeah. Interviewing her could work. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, we might get some insights into the story, which, you know, we've been speculating about that for months. So it's definitely worth a shot, I reckon. Yeah. You know, I'll send her a link to my channel or something so she can see that I mean business. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to the leak itself. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it up bigger on the screen. For me personally, not you guys can see it fine, but for me, it's a little small box. So I'm going to get it up for me, just so I can see it while I talk about it. Open with photos, please. Alright then. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, so... Like, I do think it's real, but there's always a chance something's fake, and I always have to remind myself of that. You know, I grew up, watching so many different YouTubers who talked about leaks and stuff, and they always said to me, take it with a grain of salt, because it might be fake. And so many times it was fake, and as much as this does seem credible, I now am attuned to telling myself it could be fake. And I think that's definitely a good way to go when it comes to leaks, because you can take into account what's the person has posted before and talked about before. Have they posted legit stuff that's turned out to be legit? Have they fucked up? And you've got to take into account, how is this guy getting this insider information? And does he have a contact who sent him this, but then maybe the person who sent it to him actually faked it, but he trusts the guy and he doesn't realize it's fake? There's so much to take into account when it comes to leaks, because it's some shady shit, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Leaking games, it comes from some shady individuals. People who either hold resentment against the company, people who just want a bit of clout, some clout goblins, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like, whatever, like, there's not, nobody leaks a game with good intentions, I don't think, because if you really had good intentions, I guess you'd respect the company and not do that. It could also be that a lot of people, and I'm not talking really this Jonathan dude, I'm not talking this guy, I'm just talking people who leak Ubisoft stuff in general. There's a chance maybe, they resent the company for, and rightfully so, you can resent the company for the, the sexual misconduct allegations within the company, which I've talked about before, and it's definitely something you shouldn't ignore, And now, I'm not saying as a gamer, you should always look into the politics of stuff. It's like, nah, like, I get it. If you just want to play your games, just play your games. I get it. But at the same time, if you're interested in the conversation of, bad things that a company might be doing, the conversation is always worth having for people that want to have it. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to turn this all political and on your ass. But what I'm saying is, maybe some leakers hold resentment towards the allegations, and that's why they're leaking stuff. Like, you never know. But one thing I will say is, this Jonathan guy, again, guys, if you know some information surrounding what I'm about to say, let me know in the chat. And I don't know why, but I turned my phone off again when I'm meant to be reading what you guys are saying. There we go. Basically, ACO401, how you doing? It's good to see you back. What's up? You always start with a what's up, don't you? And I say it right back. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear I was watching a video or reading an article, something a couple months back, and this Jonathan guy was brought up. And I think it was something like, he's a YouTuber, isn't he? Because I looked at his Instagram. I follow him on Instagram now in case that he leaks any more stuff. But anyway, in his bio it says YouTuber, Assassin's Creed / something else. So, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure, didn't he somehow get some insider information from Ubisoft or for somebody connected to Ubisoft, and he basically fucked up the trust with that person by leaking it when didn't he sign an NDA? It's something like that. I heard something like that. And I tried to look this stuff back up, but now I can't find the information now. So it's like one of those things where you swear that you heard it somewhere, but now you can't figure out where you heard it. But I heard that somewhere. And that reminds me of another thing that I heard during literally back in September or October when the game was announced, Mirage. Somebody said in a video, now I don't know whether it was Jaw Raptor or Access the Animus or Blackwoods, that guy, that clickbaiting dude, I don't know who out of those guys it was, or somebody else, but again, I can't find this video where I heard it, so I don't know whether I'm remembering this wrong or not, but I swear somebody said in a video, so guys, I was in the press conference and they were saying all this stuff, and they were like, they showed us a behind closed doors screening of Assassin's Creed Mirage gameplay. I swear somebody said that, and he was like, it looks really, the graphics look better than Valhalla because, you know, when you go for these warm environments, you know, compared to England, it just looks more pretty, which means the graphics to the naked eye look better. And yes, they are going back to parkour, like Unity, like they were saying all this. And I was watching it and I was like, oh, interesting. That means they might show us gameplay in a few months then. And then I never heard anything about that again. So I wonder, was that person lying? Like literally just bullshitting and doing it for views? Like, I really don't know, because I've never heard anyone else say anything like that. Everybody else who is high up on YouTube, like Jaw Raptor and Access the Animus, who have connection with Ubisoft, they say, oh, we really want gameplay, we don't know what the game looks like. And you think somebody like Jaw Raptor with like 1 million subscribers or whatever, you'd think that he would get invited to that. So it leads me to believe that whoever was saying that, based off my memory, was either bullshitting or I just dreamt it or something. Because like, oh, Military Sloth, how you doing? Good to see you back. You'll be pleased to see that there's quite a decent amount of people watching and in the chat today. And I think, as I said, I think that's due to a lot of people coming over from the Exile TikTok page. So that's cool. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what that was, but if you guys like can remember that at all, let me know in the chat if you remember something similar, because it was some guy on YouTube saying they saw the gameplay, but I genuinely think they were probably just taking the piss. Don't know. But let's get back to this leak. We go to talk about it and then we talk about something else. But this leak specifically, you know, again, I don't want to talk about too many things that I spoke about in the video I posted the other day, because I don't want to take away from something I've already done, and I don't want to kind of, you know, duplicate the content, if that makes any sense. So I'm trying not to talk about the same stuff, but I have heard something along these lines a few days prior to Ubisoft Forward 2022. Did you? Something similar to the someone seeing gameplay? Yeah. I mean, maybe some press people actually did get to see it, but then from what we've understood, the game was barely ready back then. Or from, you know, from the idea that us guys have come to, is that, was the game even ready back then? So it's like, would there even have been gameplay to be seen? Was it just a pre-rendered footage of Baghdad? Like, what was it? Who knows? Yeah, I hate all of this pretending stuff from YouTubers as if we are naive. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people like that out there. Thing is, you got to have people like that so that, like, we can look to those people and be like, okay, that's like what we don't want to be like. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I think, you know, when it comes to a little bit of clickbait here and there, or not even just clickbait, but like making a catchy thumbnail that like is definitely to do with what you're talking about, but it leads a little bit of intrigue. You know, you have to do that with YouTube if you want to gain new subscribers and followers. But at the same time, you can't lie, because I know I've said this before. You might remember me saying this before, but you can't lie because that's just wrong, and people will resent you for it and not like your videos, and they won't subscribe. And you can't make it so far-fetched with a clickbait title that it's just stupid. You know what I mean? A good example, I think, personally, is my new video about this leak. I said, you know, leaked gameplay screenshot, because it's technically gameplay. It's technically gameplay. And it is a screenshot. You know, when I say gameplay, it's like, this is someone playing the game on the pause menu. So it's like, okay, I can say that, and that will definitely get more views. But I would never lie and just say, the game is leaked, we can see the game finally. Like, I'm not going to say that, because it's not true. Now, I will say we can see part of the game. Look, it's the pause menu. And then I can revolve my title and thumbnail around that. But I'd never lie. You know, there's very much a line that you don't want to cross, I think. And stuff like that. And to be honest, guys, I will say this in trust in you guys, because obviously you guys who watch my lives are probably the guys that, you know, support me the most. So I genuinely value your guys' opinion. I'm going to ask you this right now. Do you think the title of my new video is a little bit too much? Is a little bit too clickbait? Because if it is, I don't want people to like, not like that. I would happily change it to something a little bit less clickbait. I guess that's the right word. So honestly, I would have a look at the title if you want, and let me know, because if you guys think it's too much, as I said, I value your guys' opinion, so I actually will change it right now. I'm not going to change it to something completely different, but I'd uncapitalize gameplay. Do you know what? I think I will do that, because I don't want to be a dick, and I don't want people to think, because some guy commented on it, and I obviously don't let the comments get to me, obviously, because you just can't do that on YouTube. People are going to hate regardless. But some guy commented saying, like, oh, with the clickbait, you're just like Mr. Boss for the win. And I was like, oh my god, no, I'm not. Because that guy is, again, one of those people you don't want to be like. Because I'm sure he's a nice guy in real life, but he is just too clickbait. And again, you just piss everybody off, and nobody really likes your videos. And they don't come for you. They only come for the news, and then they don't support you because you're kind of screwing with them. So I don't want to be like him. And I didn't want to, so when I read that, I thought, shit, am I clickbaiting this video too much with the title? Anyway, maybe you guys will disagree and say, no, it's fine, it makes sense. You might say that, and I might just be overthinking it now, but I actually am going to uncapitalize gameplay on the title, because I kind of feel bad now. But maybe the fact that I do feel bad means that I'm not like Mr. Boss for the win, because Mr. Boss for the win wouldn't care, would he? If you don't know who Mr. Boss for the win is, he was a guy that used to clickbait GTA 5 for like 10 years. He probably still does, I'm not too sure. And he'd be like, so guys, GTA 6 is finally released. Oh my god. And he'd like open up a package of this like photoshopped, printed out A4 image put into a game case saying GTA 6. And he was like, the developers gave it to me early. And it was like, who are you fooling, bro? Maybe 10-year-olds, I don't know. Alright, to be honest, I think that looks a bit better. Yeah. I feel less bad now. I think that's completely fine. So I'll show you guys this on the screen. I've retitled it to Assassin's Creed Mirage. That was the original title in the description here. And I've retitled it to just uncapitalizing gameplay, because now it's like, again, I don't want people to watch it and be like thinking I'm some guy that just wants to clickbait, I'm not that guy, so I think that looks a bit better. Yazan says maybe capitalize screenshot as well. Yeah, no, that would have also probably worked, but I don't like to have too many capitals, because again, I think you don't need to overuse capitalized words in your titles. I don't think it's good to do them here and there, because it grabs the attention, but I don't like to do it too much. So I think just leaked in capitals is fine. Yeah, I'll leave it like that, I think. I have this thing in my life where, like, I know deep down I'm a good guy, but I always question it. Like, am I really? I don't know why. Because I know I am. I'm a nice person, I think. But it's the same here. Like, I get one person saying, fuck you, and I'm like, shit, maybe I deserved it. You know what I mean? But, nah, I think the fact that I just changed it and I'm questioning whether it's good enough title or not, I think that just goes to show I'm not just trying to clickbait and just get the views, because if I was, I would have capitalized it all. I probably would have not even put screenshot in the title and stuff. So yeah, all right, we'll move on. We'll stop this existential crisis and we'll move on. Yo, Daddy RC says it's a little clickbait. So yeah, it's a little bit. You're right. Again, it's okay to do it a little bit here and there because you want people to watch, but you don't want to take the piss with it. And I think now I lowercase gameplay, I think it looks a lot better. Yeah. Anyway. Nova says, been a subscriber for a while and just followed you on TikTok. Love the content. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright. The thing is, I'm just reading a comment here on the chat. When one looks at it, it would require a bit of thinking to come to the conclusion that it's gameplay screenshot from the menu. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I get that. Listen, if I get loads of comments of people saying, nah, this is fucked up, then I will happily change it to something even different. We'll see. We'll see. It's me. That's how I learn, though, isn't it? That's how I learn. You know, if a ton of people say, nah, that's too clickbait, then I've learned a lesson there, and I know how to not do that in the future. So we'll see. I respect your conviction to not clickbait. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, not to repeat myself too much, but like I said, it's okay to do it a little bit because you want people to click. If you don't do a catchy thumbnail, which is a little bit like, oh, what's going on? You know, you want to spark intrigue, but you don't want to lie. You want to exaggerate a little bit, maybe, but you don't want to lie. So there's definitely a fine line and a balance between clickbaiting and just completely taking the piss, you know? And I like people to still be able to see the titles and thumbnail and like know what they're gonna get. That's, you know, I want them to be like, oh my god, that looks amazing, click, and then get the video. But I still want them to know, to take a look at what I've done and be like, okay, well, he's clearly saying he's weaving it in an attractive way, but he's clearly saying what the video is gonna be. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way I like to go about it, because again, I don't want to piss people off, because I'm making videos for other people, so you don't want to piss people off because they're the people watching your stuff. So anyway, let's get back to the leak. What do you guys want to talk about with the leak now? I'm just gonna get it back on screen for myself. There we go. Oh, I appreciate all you guys translating in the comments for me, by the way, in the video. It was basically around the lines of, from what I gathered from you guys, it was like, I'll read it. I've got the comment on the video I can read. So, a lot of you guys basically were saying, yeah, here we go. Why don't you give any news about Assassin's Creed? Other channels do. That's what the person's saying in the, I don't know, I'm pointing. In the red part, that's the question a follower said. You know, why don't you give more AC Mirage news when you know so much? Because so many other people do. Which, so many other people don't really, because we don't get any leaks. I guess they just mean talking about it. And your sources don't give you more info on future, and he's saying, and you know, your sources give you more info than other people, so why don't you utilize that and tell us about it? I think that's kind of what the question was. And he says, sorry, somebody else commented what he said. He's basically said, patient, this guy in the comments is saying this, so I don't know, but it says patience is a virtue, basically saying, you know, just give it a little bit of time and you will see some more stuff. That's basically what it was. And he accompanied that response with the pause menu of Assassin's Creed Mirage, if it's real, which it probably is real. And I don't know what the Chaku, no, I'm not even going to try and read French right now. That's the everything in time part, I think, if that makes sense. Last night when I was out for drinks with my friends, like I was telling you guys earlier, I was showing this to my friend who he lives with a French guy. So he's like, he now thinks he's like a French expert and he can speak all French, when he's like, nah, he really can. Nah, he can, but it's like, he knows a few words, but I'm not saying he's fluent in French. But he was trying to decipher it. And to be fair, he did do an okay job of deciphering it. So we were reading it together in the bar. It was quite fun. I felt I was getting those Outer Banks on Netflix vibes, you know, like when there's those scenes where they're like sat around a table trying to figure out what the message means. I felt like that's what we were doing. It was kind of fun. Then again, I was very drunk, so that's probably why I thought that, because it probably was nothing like that at all. Anyway, let me go back onto the chat. I played Valhalla yesterday, only to align the arrangement of these options in the menu. And they appear to be matching in the picture. Oh, are you basically saying it's basically the same sort of pause menu as Valhalla? Yeah, it pretty much is. They've been going for that same sort of format since Origins, really. Which isn't really, it's not a bad thing, because reusing assets, if done if done respectfully, is not even a bad thing, you know. Every AC game has reused assets. Pause menus and the sound effects of the pause menus are pretty much the same in so many games of the AC series. And then Origins to Valhalla and what looks to be Mirage basically uses the same sort of like UI layout, which again, it's fine. It's fine. It's kind of annoying when you have to move the little cursor around with the controller. It's like, I don't like that personally. I just want to be able to flick through the buttons, if that makes sense. But who cares? So yeah, again, it looks very credible because it's the same layouts as Odyssey and Valhalla and stuff. That being said, somebody who's gonna fake a leak, they're gonna think about that. Or I wouldn't fake a leak, but if I was to fake a leak, you know, I'd think about that. I'd do my research. I'd go through the menus of the games and I'd say, all right, let's basically take that and then theme it to do a Mirage. Again, I think it's real though. I do think it's real. I'm 90% sure it's real. 10% not sure, because again, it's been ingrained into me from people like people I grew up watching, like Mr. Matty Plays. Shout out to that guy. Love that guy. I've been watching that guy for like 10 years. I was literally like 14 when I started watching him, and I think he was like 16 or 17 or something. And I was watching his videos on Fallout 4 hype and like what's Fallout 4. I'm pretty sure he was literally doing the videos that I'm doing now for Mirage. He was basically doing it for Fallout 4, and that's when I found him. And he always told me, he's like a mentor. I don't know him, by the way, but he always told me. No, he didn't tell me. He told the viewers. I'm not one of those creepy people that think he's talking to me. No. He always told the subscribers, take all leaks, even if they really seem real, take all the leaks with a grain of salt, because we're never going to know how credible they are until we are confirmed, basically. So I've always taken that sort of philosophy into account when I'm making videos for you guys now. So even though, yeah, I'm 90%, that's why I'm not 100% sure this is real, because I wouldn't allow myself to be 100% convinced, because we're never going to know, really, are we, until we see the game. So I'm like 90% sure it's real, because it's very credible. But that 10% of me is that safety net, you know, you know what I mean, so. Had to finish it before it stopped being fizzy. But anyway, you said you like the details of the outfit. Yeah, I like it too. I mean, as I said in the video, actually, you know, lighting and it's more like a not a pre. Is it pre? No, it's not pre-rendered. It's obviously real-time rendering of your main character when you equip gear and everything. But it's more upscaled, I'm guessing, as a texture, because it only has to load up a player model basically in the pause menu. Whereas if you're playing the game running through the world, it's probably not going to look as crisp, you know, your main character as it is in the pause menu. That being said, as I said in the video, it gives us a better idea of like how the game's gonna look. And honestly, and again, I don't want to talk about the same stuff as I talked about in the video, but I will quickly say, and we'll go into more detail here, it does give me AC Unity vibes with kind of like the shadows and lighting of the robes that you can see. And as we know, you know, the sort of lighting and again, that obviously lighting means a lot of shadows within the graphics. I don't know, in Unity was better than Valhalla, from what I understand, because the game was smaller. The technology was just a little bit more in depth when it comes to lighting, as opposed to the newer games. And with Mirage being a smaller game, I wonder if they've brought back better lighting, kind of like Unity. And looking at again, it's the pause menu. You can't really tell anything from it. But I just get Unity vibes from the shadows on his clothes and stuff like that. Maybe I'm looking into it too much there, but that's what a leak's for, I guess. You look into it. Yo Daddy, that's a cool name, by the way, says, can we briefly talk about the fact that a dozen AC games are in development? Seriously, it's too much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, when it comes to announcing a ton of shit, it's like, I mean, I understand announcing a ton of stuff ahead. Like, Bethesda announced Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield at the same time in 2018, and we're not going to get Elder Scrolls 6 till probably 2026, maybe even 2027, maybe even later. And it was announced, it's probably going to come out almost 10 years after the announcement and stuff. And it's like, on one hand, I understand announcing stuff real early, because you're basically saying, look, it's coming, don't worry, it's here. And that's good for them as a company, because people are then going to make videos, like I'm making videos on Mirage now, talking about this stuff for years to come. It's great for them. And I guess it's great for us, because we have stuff to talk about and we can get excited and stuff like that. But I guess it's a different conversation when it comes to Ubisoft making like a shit ton of AC games. It's like, I think the reason they're in development of all these games is because, again, they know AC Mirage is the series that makes them the big bucks, you know, and they are in, I mean, they might be coming out of it now, but we know for a brief time, Ubisoft as a company were in a little bit of turmoil when it comes to, you know, investors pulling out, sales dropping, cancelling games. So they've probably said, all right, we need to go crazy with Assassin's Creed games now because we want to make a shit ton of money. We need to get ourselves out of this mess. Do you remember, do you guys see that clip from, what's his name? I can't remember who it was, but like a famous R&B singer or rapper or something like that. He was like, this is such a side note, but he was one of the people who were ambassadors or co-creators of the Fire Festival that was like a scam. And there's this clip where he's like, let's figure out how we're going to get ourselves out of this mess. And I just thought of that when I said that. Anyway, what a side note. Nobody cares. All right, moving on. And also, when it says there's like 20 games in development of Assassin's Creed, yet about 19 of those or 15 of those are probably in, you know, pre-production states. They're probably just in conceptual phase right now. You know, it doesn't mean they're literally one team is at the computers working on one, another team's at the computers working on the other one. You know, it probably doesn't mean that. It probably means they've just announced that they're going to make all of these Assassin's Creed games when they always were thinking about this. You know, when they made AC2, they knew how many more they wanted to make, at least 5 more. It's probably something similar. With AC Mirage coming after that, they know that or when AC Codename Red comes out, they know they want to make like 20 more. It's obvious. We knew that anyway. It's obvious. They're going to be making Assassin's Creed games. Assassin's Creed games are probably going to be coming out after we're long gone. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't put it past Ubisoft. And who knows, with the games industry, you know, exponentially getting more and more popular and almost getting to the level of, you know, movies when it comes to popularity, who knows where gaming is going to go in the future. And I'm sure, looking at what's going on, the current trends in the gaming industry, I'm sure companies are going to be pumping out game after game after game. You know, like Marvel make 50 million movies a year, obviously an exaggeration. I feel like Ubisoft are going to become the Marvel of the gaming industry, where they just pump out game after game after game. Some of them hit, some of them miss, a lot of them hit, well, a lot of them miss. You know, it's just going to be the way it is, and it kind of already is. So I'm not completely surprised that, you know, they're making 20 Assassin's Creed games. It's crazy, but it's the current climate of the gaming industry. And Ubisoft being one of the biggest, even though they're going through issues, most successful gaming companies, they're obviously going to be the prime sort of example of the way the gaming industry is going. And it's kind of a worry because I feel like they're pioneering where the gaming industry is going, but not in a good way. Because realistically, people who play games like good games. They want to put their money into a good package, a good game, money well spent. Whereas these companies kind of don't really see it like that. They think, all right, we're going to give them a game, but we're going to lock this behind a paywall, make them pay a bit more, trickle them a bit here, make them pay a bit more. Okay, and then we're going to hide this feature that we have an idea for the next game. And to be fair, they probably did that in the past as well. You know, it's very much now a product, a service, rather than it, like a Netflix, rather than it was a one-off sort of, here you go. And to be honest, it's the way a lot of things go. Look at VHSs and DVDs back in the day. You know, back during my childhood, and I'm guessing you guys are probably similar age to me, back when we were kids. You'd buy the DVD, and or you'd see it you'd go to the cinema, the theatre, you'd go and watch a film. A year later, it'd come out on DVD. Literally like a year later or 6 months later, it would come out on DVD or VHS, if you guys remember that back that far. I just about do remember. I used to have a lot of VHSs. Do you guys ever watch, what's it called, like Broomsticks and Doorknobs or some shit like that? I can't remember what it was called. It was like a flying bed. That was a fucking sick movie, mate. I had that on VHS. I used to watch that all the time. Bedpans and broomsticks, something like that. I can't remember. Shit clans and fuck sticks, something like that. Anyway, they were one-off singular things. Whereas now you look at Netflix, you pay a subscription. You used to just buy the VHS, watch it in the cinema, it's done. Now you pay a subscription, you get a few movies here and there. It's a good thing with Netflix and stuff. I think it's going the right direction. I think Blockbuster probably wouldn't agree. R.I.P. But I feel like what I'm saying is the gaming industry is kind of going a similar but different route. Games are no longer something you just go and buy and you own it. It's more you buy it, but you get all of it if you pay a little bit more, and subscriptions like live services. We know AC Infinity's coming. And also, by the way, those 20 games coming out for Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed series, they probably want to tell us that because they want us to know that AC Infinity, this live service, is going to be this big thing. That's why they're telling us that as well. And these 20 games could be tiny. One could be a arcade mini game. Who knows? AC Infinity is going to be this live service that hosts all these different types of AC games. They're probably going to play around with different types of games. Some of them might literally be like, I'm not going to say shitty because they might be good, but these tiny little arcade top-down Assassin's Creed games. Maybe one of them will be multiplayer. Another one might be a VR game. Infinity will hold all of this stuff, from what we understand. So all these 20 games could vary in size and stuff like that. Maybe one of those AC games is going to be an interactive story, like a Telltale game. Maybe one of them's going to be a mobile game. We know AC Jade is probably one of those 20 games. Stuff like that. Anyway, if this leak is 100% true, it makes me excited for Assassin's Creed Mirage again. News for the game has been dry lately. Yeah, for sure. It kind of feels like in the last couple of weeks things have been picking up. For me personally, I can see it, first and foremost, where the hype's at, when it's popular. Because, when I'm making videos, I started off 7 months ago or whatever, where there was crazy hype around Mirage. I posted my first video, it got like 100 views in a week, and I thought that's probably as much as it would ever do. Then I posted another video, and it got 10k views in like a day, and I was like, oh my god, I think it might have been a bit longer than a day. But I was like, shit, there's a bit of opportunity here. So I'm like, well, I have so much more to say about Mirage, I might as well say it. I was going to do it anyway. And then, I think in the first month that I made this channel, I got like 1,000 subscribers, and I got like 100,000 views, like overall on all of my videos. And then it really died down. It really died down about 3 months in. And, views have never been bad for me. Like, I mean, it depends what you class as good or bad, I suppose. But like, I usually pretty much get like 1,000 views per video. But it would views would get a little bit less, and people were commenting less. And so I could pretty much definitely see, when the hype for Mirage was dying down. And that's just because we weren't getting told any new information. We talked about it all. People were getting fatigue from the Mirage news as well, I think. Because, the only news we were getting was bad news. Like delays. Like, I'm trying to think. So much stuff that we've talked about these last few months. But yeah, like things like delays, like, oh, this might be a bad thing because somebody's pulled out. I don't think that was a thing. But like losing investors, like, oh, it's all bad news. And it's news you want to hear the news, but I feel like a lot of people will get like fatigue from it. They're like, okay, I've heard enough. I need some more positive stuff, I love this series. I don't want to just hear bad news all the time. So I get it. I completely get it. So it dried up for a bit. And, I don't want to be talking about bad news all the time. Obviously, I'm going to make a video about it because it's just what I do on this channel. I cover AC Mirage and Assassin's Creed in general, and sometimes other games, whether it's good, bad, or in between. But I completely understand it. It dried up, and I feel like, though, in the last week or two, it's definitely starting to pick up again with this leak. When I saw this leak, I was like, oh boy, it's time to make another video. It was quite fun. I was rushing. I've never edited a video so fast in my life when I made the video for this yesterday, because obviously I had a really busy day on Friday. Being Good Friday, I did some family stuff. I came home, I had like I had like an hour to get ready, leave the house, go back into town to meet my friends for the night out. But I was like, I saw this leak and I was like, shit, I can't not make this video now, because if I leave it a day, somebody else will probably have made a video, or loads of people have made a video about it, and everybody already know the news. So I wanted to jump on it while it was hot. So I literally recorded it. I would never let the editing suffer. Like if I didn't have time to make it good, I would have waited. But I have never edited so fast in my life. I was like, okay, I'll get the image up, I get the gameplay, and usually when I'm I sometimes I make mistakes when I'm speaking. I think everybody does when they're recording, because you're trying to make sure it sounds clear. Something I probably don't do as well on the live streams. But I was speaking what am I saying? I was, you make mistakes and you clip a part there's silence in, you drag it over, you basically clip all the voiceover together in the editing software. Anyway, usually I'm like doing it at like this pace, like I was like yesterday I was like it was going so fast, but honestly I think I did a good job in the time that I had to do it. Anyway, you guys probably don't really care about that. Anyway, what? Okay, there's a few more things in chat I haven't read. Okay, you guys are just talking with one another. I'm not going to give any energy into any arguments going on. I'm gonna be like the stern yet lovable father. Nah, father, that's really weird. Stern yet lovable brother. And I'm gonna be like, guys, we all love each other. Let's not argue. We're all here, surrounded around the same thing that we all love. Let's just agree to disagree and move on. Haha. Anyway, yeah, how long have we been going for? I need to have a look. I'm just curious. I'm not saying we have to end it. I'm just curious how long we've been going for. 40. Oh shit. I was like 42 minutes and it jumped up to 1 hour and 21. I mean, what do you guys have to say about this that maybe you haven't said yet? Because I'm open to stay live, but obviously I don't want to just be live for the sake of it when we've kind of said everything. So I'll give it a few minutes for you guys to say your thoughts, and we'll see if there's anything else we want to talk about with this leak or with AC Mirage in general. To be honest though, I really enjoy the Saturday night vibes of a live stream. You know, I was originally doing it 3 p.m. UK time on a Friday, because that kind of worked out well for me, because Fridays I'd usually be pretty free in the day, so I'd live stream in the day, and then I'd always go out for dinner on a Friday night, just with my family. That's like something we always do, like a little ritual, you know, and it was great. So I timed it all well. It was a good time on a Friday. But then last week when we did the stream and my mate came over and we were doing the AI stuff, it was so fun. That was probably one of the best streams, if not the best stream I think we've done. It was so fun. Like even before he came over, you know, we were just chatting, going on the AI, getting it figuring stuff out, having a laugh, and then my mate calls, it's funny, then he comes over, we're joking around. It's just a good time. And I also think it came from the Saturday night vibes. You know what I mean? Like it's nighttime. There's something about it. It's kind of peaceful. You're chilling, and you don't have to be like, you're not in a time frame. You know, on a Friday, I would be knowing that I have to wrap up by a certain time because I've got plans. So I'd have that on my mind. Whereas I'm doing something like this now, I ain't got anything else on my mind right now. I'm just literally, I'm preeing the vibes. I'm just having a good time with you guys. We're all chilling. You know, it's great fun. So that's what I like about Saturday night. So I think I'm going to stick to Saturdays from now on. I mean, it might not work every Saturday for me because, you know, sometimes I do things on Saturday nights. So it might end up moving around here and there. But I think for the most I can't remember the phrase. Oh my God. For the most part. There we go. Yeah, Saturday nights are pretty fun. So I might stick with that for a while if I can. If I can't, then we can always go back to Fridays or something like that. But yeah, it's chill. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Just dropped my phone, sorry. Subject 26 says, I just came. What was the leak? Ah, bro. Yeah, we literally just talked about that for a good hour. Just so you know, Subject 26, if you haven't already done so, you can rewind to the beginning or halfway through or something, and once the live stream is over, this is going to remain on YouTube indefinitely, so you'll always be able to come back and watch it. And that's most people that watch these podcasts / live streams. They most of you guys, there's some of you guys in the live, but then most people come back afterwards to watch, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will be here for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, where you can be, but you watch the rest later on. And I completely get that. I'm pretty much the same when it comes to other people's stuff. Like, there's a podcast that I love to watch, and they do it live, but then I never watched the whole thing in one go, because it's like it's quite long, but like, so I come back to it for a day or two until I finished it, so I completely get it. Yo, Daddy says, hi, hey, I'm back. I didn't know you were, where did you go? I didn't even know you were gone. But hey, good to see you back. Tobias says, have you seen the pre-order Yeah Swords and Dagger, same as AC Rogue Combat? Yeah, I honestly, I'm not too sure what you mean. But to be honest, I'm guessing it's just a miss. I'm just probably not very good at reading, because I know a lot of you guys are from all different places and stuff, so I'm misreading what you're saying there. It's all good though. It's all good. Ashy says, I have seen his videos, and he's also just speculating. He doesn't know anything more than any of us do. Sorry, you're talking to each other. Yeah. Oh, Master Assassin, yeah. I used to watch that guy. To be honest, I don't really keep up with his content. Does he talk? Like, is he a guy that, like, makes videos similar to me? I'm gonna look him up now. I'm just curious. Bro. Look at my freaking recommended. Look at all this shit. What is this? So random. She's the man. I'm voila scene. I have no idea what that is. Assassin's Creed. The fucking Barbie movie. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I actually really want to watch that shit. I actually really want to watch it. I'm sure it'll either be really shit or it'll be really good. But I feel like it's kind of made for adults, is it not? Is it not made for adults? Like, it's I don't know, but I actually want to watch it, and I've been loving the like memes. Like, every time a popular film is in the works, there's always memes like where people wearing suits, and there's a ton of guys, and they come up and they're like, 3 tickets to the Barbie movie, please. I mean, looking at those memes, I love those memes. Me and a couple of my friends are going to go to watch it when it comes out. So we've literally just been sharing around all the memes, like, this is going to be us in our suits, like, 3 tickets to the Barbie movie. Anyway, actually, give me a sec. What am I doing? I'm looking up Master Assassin. Master Assassin, is that his name? There he is. Oh, this guy. Oh, he's quite a big YouTuber. Well, 100,000's big to me. I'm not going to watch one of his videos now, but... Oh, yeah, I have seen this guy's stuff. Do you know, I wonder... I know I'm not, like, a very big channel. I literally only have, like, 1,000 subscribers or whatever. But I reckon people who make the same videos as me must know about some of my videos, because... some of them get a decent... Not all of them, but a lot of my videos have got a decent amount of views and stuff. So I do wonder, like, he probably knows who I am. Or he's probably seen one of my videos when he was researching. Because you just get recommended the same content that you make. I get recommended, I can literally see it in my subscriptions right now. This guy called, like, The Go-To Gamer. He seems like a decent guy. He's not a huge YouTuber, but I got recommended his content because he basically does the same stuff as me. He's been doing well actually recently. I don't really watch all of the videos, because this is one thing you guys, if you guys ever start making videos at all, you'll completely understand and be able to relate to this. If you start making videos about something, you just stop watching other people's videos about it. It's really weird. Like, it's not like I don't care. Like, I obviously care about it because I'm making the videos, but it's just something about you making your own videos about a topic. Even if you used to watch videos about the same thing, you kind of just don't want to anymore. And I wonder if it's because I guess you know it all anyway because you're making it when it comes to news, I guess. But even when it comes to speculation, I don't know. Me personally anyway, I just don't watch this stuff as much as I used to. Like, I used to, obviously, I've been watching Assassin's Creed YouTube videos for years. Since, like, I think Unity days or Syndicate days, I've been watching, like, people talking about Assassin's Creed on YouTube. Back when it was, like, AC Victory got leaked, which turned out to be Syndicate, I think. And stuff like that. But, you know, I just don't watch those videos anymore because, again, for some reason, as soon as I started making them myself, you just kind of stop. I don't know. Anyway, I'm thinking we'll probably wrap it up there because I don't really know what else. I haven't really got much else to say, and I don't want to start rambling. You know, not that we do much more than that anyway. But you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I think we'll leave it there. It's been a good stream. We've had a good chat, you know, we've gone into more detail on the leaks and we've kind of looked at it in a more broad way, like, one more thing I will say, because we didn't really do that. What does this mean for Mirage gameplay in June? I just want to say, if anything, this is a good thing that we've got this leak, because, I did briefly say this in my most recent video on the leak. I said, the fact that if this is real, which it probably is, the fact that you can clearly see that there's, you know, intricate sort of design on the inventory section with kind of like the Mirage Assassin's Creed logo fading into it. Those are minute details that I think, you know, developers start working on at the end of development. They make the base game, they polish up the game, and then they polish up all the small things like the UI. So that shows to me that gameplay probably is ready to be shown, which supports the theory that we are going to see Mirage gameplay in June at Ubisoft Forward. So I'm not too worried about not seeing gameplay. I just looking at don't know what I said I 3 times. You know, judging by what game companies usually do, I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a story trailer from Mirage where it's like, I don't know, something like, if you guys like Star Wars, the new Ahsoka trailer, where it's just focused purely on kind of story, they'll show a Mirage trailer like that, and it'll be fucking sick. We'll get the goosebumps. And then, you know, after that, we'll get a few more trailers for other games or something. They'll talk about it, and then all of a sudden, somebody will come up on stage and be like, we're going to show you a presentation for Mirage. Here's the opening sequences 5 hours into the game. Guess there's not opening sequences then, is it? But, you know what I mean. And then somebody will come up on stage, or it'll probably be pre-recorded, but it will show like Basim moving through the streets, kind of giving you a vibe for the game. It shows like a spoiler-free sort of mission in the main story that doesn't reveal too much, but again, it gives you an idea. It's like 5 hours in, as they usually say, or 2 hours in, and we get something like that. I think if you look at the AC Revelations first gameplay preview, I remember watching that on YouTube when I was like, fuck, I was like 11 or something. It's crazy. I remember watching that. You know, it's just as you get to Constantinople, and I think you meet Yusuf, and I think that was the gameplay presentation for Revelations, when Yusuf's giving you a tour, and then you learn how to use the bombs. I think it was something like that, if I'm remembering correctly. So I think that's what we'll see, like a 5-10 minute gameplay presentation with a bit of everything in there, accompanied by a story trailer. I think that's what we're going to get. I could be wrong. Maybe we'll be so fucking pissed off because we get nothing. But I really do think this leak is kind of a good sign that we will see gameplay. And, you know, Assassin's Creed always leaks. For years, every Assassin's Creed game, to my knowledge, has leaked. It starts to make me think that maybe Ubisoft have leaked it intentionally. Mirage leaked before it was announced. You know, the concept art leaked. So I wonder if, like, they just leaked it themselves because they knew they were ramping up for an announcement. It's probably quite good PR, I guess, or marketing. Good marketing. Anyway, that's about it, I think. That's about it. Nova says, I enjoy the Saturday streams more than Friday ones. Yeah, they got more vibes. They got more vibes. I'm with you there. And Nova also says, do you think the game will come out in August or close to full time? Nah, yeah, I don't think it will come out in August. I think it will come out in October. maybe November, maybe September. I don't know, but I don't think it will be August. I think that's too soon. Just judging by what we have speculated on, that the game wasn't really ready when it was announced, and they had to delay it a little bit internally, this and that. We're not getting gameplay until June. I just think we're going to see gameplay. I just think the game is going to come out, kind of closer to Christmas time, because at that point, as a company, it probably makes more sense for them. They're going to sell the game's probably going to sell better when it's closer to Christmas, because people want to buy, gifts for their loved ones, and Grandma May thinks, well, my grandson, I think he loves video games. I think I heard him, Assassin's Creed, that's a new thing. Yeah, that just came out. Yeah, I'll get him that. Where if it's been out since August, it might not come up in the gaming charts, and Grandma May might not know to buy it for her grandson for Christmas. So what I'm trying to say is, in some fucking botched analogy there, I think, again, Ubisoft being in this turmoil that I think they're probably getting themselves out of now, but being in this investors pulling out type drama, they probably want to maximize sales on Mirage, so it probably makes sense for them to delay it to the end of the year. And that might be why it was delayed, rather than the game not being ready. Maybe it was just delayed for the sake of monetary benefit. Do you know what I mean? Tobias says, I'm back. Good to see you back. Again, I didn't know you left. We are wrapping it up right now. Can't wait for the content when Mirage releases, bro. Well, I appreciate that. I hope you stick around, and I hope all of you guys stick around, because it's going to be crazy. I am going to be going crazy with the content. I already have a lot of ideas what videos I want to do when the game comes out, and I'm sure when we learn more, I'll know what I can make. And I really want to be the guy that people come across when they look up on YouTube, like, how do I do this in Mirage? I'm sure you guys have done this through different games in your lives. You want to figure out how to unlock these robes or this armor in a game. You go on YouTube, you say how to unlock this armor in the game, and whatever first video comes up, you watch it, you know how to do it, you go, cool, subscribe, because he's probably gonna tell me how to do other things. That's what I want to do. I want to be that guy. I want people to start finding out about me as the guy that explains how you get all these things in Mirage, and how the secrets that you might not know. And obviously I'm going to do more than that. I'll probably carry on with the Assassin's Creed lore stuff, which I'm starting to bring into the channel. And I'll always do speculation stuff, and I'm sure we'll be doing even more stuff by then as well. But when Mirage comes out, that's the content I want to make. Again, I'm also going to stream the whole game. So if there's any reason why you guys can't play the game yourselves, you can watch me stream it and we can enjoy it together. And I'll tell you what, the live stream at 12 a.m. when that game drops is going to be crazy. I just know it is. It's going to be crazy. All of these months of all of us talking about the game like we are now, like all of us doing it together for months, accumulating until this one moment where we're live, we're all together, and we press start on that game. It's gonna be so good. If I might cry, who knows? Maybe I will. I actually fucking cry at anything, mate. If it's something, I mean, I don't really cry in real life, but like, that doesn't even make sense. When I watch things that I love or play things that I love, like, bro, I don't really cry, but like things like that, bro, it tears me up. I'm not even gonna lie. When I was like 15, or when did the Assassin's Creed movie come out? 2015, 2016, 2016. I watched that in the cinema, and I know, AC movie is bad movie, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I haven't watched it since I watched it in the cinema, so I can't really say, because I can't really remember it that well. But I didn't really know, I just loved Assassin's Creed whatever back then, because I was younger. And bro, I was like crying in the cinema. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, whoa, did I just shout into the mic? It just went red. It just went red on my screen. Bro, I was crying and shit. I mean, I wasn't letting anyone, I was with my dad, and I wasn't like, I wasn't like that, but I was like, fuck, I'm tearing up right now. I love Assassin's Creed. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I watched the Ahsoka, because I really love Assassin's Creed, and I really love Star Wars. When I watched the Ahsoka trailer the other day, it was last night when I got back from the club. I was still so drunk, and the neighbors next door have gone away, so I didn't care about blasting I was drunk as hell and I was like blasting music at like 5 a.m. I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, I see the Ahsoka trailer drops. I'm like, shit, we're gonna watch this and I was drunk as hell. So I've got it on like 100% volume. It's blasting through my speakers on my PC, and I'm just watching this trailer. And because I was drunk as hell, I just started crying. I just started like bawling my eyes out, like, oh my god, it's so good. It looks amazing, because it does look amazing, and the music and the editing with the music, it was just yeah. And if I was watching it sober, you know, maybe I would have got a little bit like, oh, jeez, I'm gonna tear up right now. But because I was drunk as hell, I was just like crying, mate. I was just crying. Fucking hell. Anyway, what are you guys saying before I leave? Will there ever be an AC2 remake? Probably not. Probably. I mean, who's to say what they're going to do in the future? Maybe in like 10 years or something, who knows? But I don't think they're going to do any remakes for any AC games anytime soon, because they're focusing on just more and more and more, and they want, I don't know, I don't really have any grounds to go off when I say they're not going to. I just don't personally see that they will. I think they just want to make new stuff, new characters, new worlds, and stuff like that. That's kind of the way I'm seeing what they're doing right now. But hey, maybe they will do a remake. Thing is, you know, they've already remastered the game, and I know it was not much of a change. It was kind of just more saturated colors. Textures were a little bit nicer looking. But I don't know. It was just a bit like, I just don't know. I just can't see them doing proper remakes these days. I feel like they probably see it that it's more worthwhile just making a new game, which kind of it is, really. Oh shit, that was a loud click. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, gonna leave it there. I was gonna eat some dinner when I woke up from the nap, but then I didn't have time, so I'm gonna go eat something right now. I know it's late as hell. Probably shouldn't eat when it's this late, but it's the weekend. Why not? I live by myself. I can literally do whatever I want. I don't know if any of you guys live by yourself, but sometimes it's kind of just so nice to know, like, I could just do whatever I want right now. I could just walk around my house naked right now. I wouldn't do that. Not, to be fair, everybody's done that at least once in their life. But just knowing you can is kind of like, yeah. Bro, what am I talking about? Alright, guys. Yeah, I'm a head off. Tobias says bye, guys. Bye, Tobias. Nice to see you. Yeah. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys through the week when I'll be making more shorts that go on the TikTok, and it will go on the YouTube short section of this channel. I'll probably be making a few videos if I'm able to through the week as well, and then I'll obviously see you guys next Saturday or Friday. I'll keep you guys updated on when it's gonna be. Don't worry about that. You'll be in the know before it happens. So yeah. Alright, guys. It was a good time today. Good stream. I will see you soon. May the Father understand and guide us. I will see you soon. Goodbye. I don't know, bro. I'm feeling so out of it right now. It's because I just woke up. Alright, guys. End stream. See you later. Bye. 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 Okay.